Video. Are you ready? Hey guys, it's Marissa.
Hi, it's Violet too.
Violet's here with me today. Let's see who joins us. This is the card that we're going to make. I'm going to get on and share this live video in my craft social group and give you a minute to get in here. Okay, I know it's Black Friday. I don't know who's going to join us today, but this is the card that we're going to make. And Violet's going to make it with us. And so since I've got my little helper here today, I thought I'd go with a nice, clean and simple Christmas card. So this is the one that we're going to make. This was one of the paper and ink cards class samples. We did paper and ink cards last Thursday. And it's a class that I offer in my Rolling Meadows home studio. And it's great for any level paper crafter. So I thought that would be a perfect one for Violet and I to do together. If you remember one of my very first Facebook Lives, we made these little candy cane treats that were inspired by and made to match this card. So we're going to do the card today in Facebook Live. I thought that was pretty appropriate. And Violet's here to help me out. We're going to make one together. All right, so while we're just waiting for a few more to maybe join us, I know some Black Friday, but some are at work. So if you're joining me on your lunch hour, thank you. Some are out shopping today. No Black Friday shopping for me. I just couldn't handle it. But I thought we could talk a little bit about what's going on at Kitchen Table Stamper here for a minute before Violet and I get started with this card. The first bit of housekeeping I have is my December 2nd Wrap It Up for the Holidays class. I've decided to change. So bear with me. Hold on here with me for a minute. I am not going to offer Wrap It Up for the Holidays. And if you've been a Kitchen Table Stamper follower for a while, you know that that's kind of unusual. We've kind of always had a holiday gift class. But this year I want to try something different. We're going to do a holiday bingo. So December 14th, 6 p.m., we're going to play bingo. Take a break from the madness of the holidays and come hang out with me. We'll play 4 games of bingo and create 3 awesome crafts. It's $25 to play, and there will be Stampin' Up! Product for prizes. Okay? So we'll play a game of bingo, and then we will make a snowman soup. And then we will play a game of bingo, and we'll make one of these candy cane pens with peppermint scented ink treats. So these are great things that you can stuff your stockings or take to your Christmas Day, Christmas Eve as host gifts. And then we'll play another game of bingo, and then we'll make our last craft. We'll do this espresso cup gift card holder. So you see it's a little 4-ounce espresso cup. And happy Thanksgiving, Dolores. This is what it'll be filled with, this fun coffee candy. And then it's perfect for your last minute Christmas gift card giving because you can slide a little gift card right in behind the cup. And there you go. Now you've got a fun way to present your holiday gift cards. After we do that project, then we will play a coverall round of bingo for the grand prize. And that'll be it. I just think it'll be a fun way to get our own holiday spirit on, to take care of ourselves, take a break and get out and do something fun and festive for ourselves. So if you're interested, please email me, Marisa, at kitchentablestamper.com right away, because you'll have to prepay $25, 4 games of bingo, product prizes with every round of bingo, and that'll be December 14th. So I'm canceling Wrap It Up for the holidays and making it a holiday bingo instead. All right, so we got that bit of housekeeping done. One more bit of housekeeping. If you're curious about the Kitchen Table Stamper online classroom, I have a Black Friday through Cyber Monday deal. I figure I'm kind of the new kid on the Stampin' Up! Block. People are, I think, starting to get to know that I'm out there and I've had some contacts, and maybe you're watching me on Facebook Live or you're watching me on YouTube and you wonder about the online classes that I order or that I offer. If you're curious about those online classes and you'd like to try them today only, you can get all 8 classes that I've made since joining Stampin' Up. Access to them online. It's a $120 value, $15 per class times 8 classes, $120. I'm offering it today for $29.99. It'll be available for the rest of the weekend also, but not for that 75% off price. It'll be $39.99 tomorrow through Cyber Monday. And it's a really good way to just check out what I'm doing in the online classroom and see. All right, so this card, Violet and I are going to make it for you. Isn't that a pretty little card? And I know that some of you have joined us since, so let me show you this. If you go back and look on my YouTube channel or scroll down Facebook, you'll see one of my very first Facebook Lives. We made these cute little candy cane treats, and it coordinates with this card. So there's already a Facebook Live video for these. If you're curious and you want to make it, maybe I'll link it in the comments. All right, let's get started. Violet, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, this is Violet. Violet,
Hello.
Introduce yourself. This is Violet. She is my 13-year-old daughter, and we are both going to make one of these Seasonal Bells Christmas cards for you. All right, so let's get started here. I've already had Violet emboss her card base, and we're going to start with you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. How about I tell you what I used to make this card? All right, so Seasonal Bells is the stamp set from Stampin' Up! That I featured, and there's a bell punch. Okay, and then I used the seasonal lantern for my greeting. I love the greetings in this set. Twinkle and Glow, Happy Hanukkah, Autumn Greetings, and Merry with Christmas Cheer. That's the one we're going to use. Oh, Violet, will you grab my ink pads?
Yes.
We need basic gray and basic black. All right, so then the holly comes from Trim Your Stockings. That's the little bit bigger holly. And then Quilt Builder is the smaller holly. And I do my holly berries with this little, I don't know, 8-dot die from the Trim Your Stockings Thinlits. So those are, I use my layering squares, the biggest scallop and the biggest square. And my embossing folder is Softly Fallen. Hey, Linda, happy Thanksgiving. It's good to see you. All right. Basic black and basic gray are my Stampin' pads for this project. And we're going to embellish with a little bit of clear Wink of Stella. All right, I'm going to grab the Big Shot and emboss my card base and cut a little bit of holly. Oh, look at the hearts. You guys are awesome. Thank you. All right, so in comes the Big Shot. Let's slide some of this stuff over. And when we're embossing, we do not need the thin die adapter, so we're going to kick that out of there. And one plate. Here's my card base. And I want the snow to fall heavy from the top and light on to the bottom. And we want that. All right, so let's make sure that the card's going to open the right way. There we go. All right, see? So at the top of my card, I've got the heavier bit of snow, and it lightens up as it goes down. Now, we're going to put this in so that the folder goes in and the rest of the card just kind of trails out the bottom. I'll show you as I give it a spin. All right. Now with these 6-inch folders, you really want to make sure that they go in, feed in straight, and stay straight. Otherwise, you'll tear up the sides of them as they go through the machine. All right. Dolores says she was just making one of my crafts with the seasonal chums. That's awesome. I'm so glad you're inspired to use those supplies. All right, so there's our beautiful, softly fallen texture. Now, since I've got the die cut machine right here, let's do a little bit of die cutting. So I'm going to switch back. Big Shot platform. Thanks, Violet. Thin die adapter. Cutting plate. And then I need some more berries that we're going to get by cutting these bitty little dots. And then I need some holly leaves. I'm just using a scrap of cherry cobbler and a scrap of garden green here. And top plate. Want to crank that one through, Violet?
Sure.
All right, get in there. And then we need to crank through one more of this bigger holly for my card. So we've got one of the bigger ones. We need one more and one of the smaller ones. All right, you want to crank that one through too, Violet?
Sure.
Okay, here you go. Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, so I got the kids home for Black Friday. Everybody's being so quiet. Gideon's upstairs, Desi's in the kitchen. We're all Facebook Live together today. All right, I think we're done with the big shot. I'm gonna put it over here. Okay, so the little die from the Trim Your Stockings, it's like a Lego, and I'm gonna just pop 3 of those little guys out to be my holly berries. And we'll put that aside. Got a magnet over here. I'm trying not to lose my dies. All right, so let's get the project back in the picture here. This is what we're making. And ready, Violet?
Yeah.
Okay, grab your parts. Okay, so what I have here is 8.5 by 5.5 card base. It's scored at 4 1/4, and we've embossed the front. Okay, and then I've got the largest scalloped square from the layering squares cut with basic black. This is a largest square, and this is with the Merry Music Specialty Designer Series paper, and that just layers right on there. I've got a striped bit from Be Merry Designer Series paper. This is 3 inches by 1/2. This is about 3-inch square. It's that biggest one, so you can get them from 3.5-inch scraps. And then this Whisper White panel for my greeting. This is, but what did we say this was, 4 inches by 1/2?
Yeah.
This is 4 inches by 1/2. And then we've got scraps of some smoky slate here for our bells. Let's get some ink pads. I got basic gray and basic black. Pretty simple. All right, ready, Violet?
Okay.
Okay, let's stamp our bells. One of the things you want to pay attention to when you're stamping a stamp that has a punch, you want to pay attention to how you're going to feed the paper into the punch and which way the punch is oriented. And then you want to stamp that way. So I'm going to stamp my bells on my smoky slate with basic gray. And it dries a little bit lighter. So don't worry, it looks a little dark right now, but it's not. All right, Violet, you go ahead and stamp yours.
Okay.
And I will punch. Well done. All right, so see, I've got my little belt all lined up in there. And I'll give it a punch. All right, Violet, stamp another one and we'll stamp them and punch them. All right, go ahead and punch yours.
Okay.
While Violet's punching, I'm getting some adhesive here. I like Snail, Fast Fuse, and I got Dimensionals multi-purpose liquid glue. We're using lots of adhesive on this one. All right, so I'm going to adhere my Merry Music to my basic black. All centered. And then, here you go, Violet. Go ahead and adhere yours. And while Violet's adhering her Merry Music, I'm going to stamp my greeting. We're like an octopus here.
Fast Fuse, or did you use Stamp?
You can use Snail for that one.
Okay.
And the reason why we're using Snail is because we're gluing a smooth paper to a smooth paper. Paper to paper application, but when we glue the basic black to the embossed card base, that's when we'll use the Fast Fuse so we can get a better grip on that bumpy paper. All right, so center that up, and then I'm gonna stamp this Merry with Christmas Cheer. You might have noticed that we brought in the Stampin' Pierce mat. When you're using the clear polymer, the photopolymer stamps, you always want to use a Stampin' Pierce mat. There's no cushion between the actual photopolymer die and the block, so when you put the cushion underneath, you get a nice crisp image. See how clear and crisp my sentiment is? All right, but when you use a rubber stamp, there's the cushion between the rubber die and the block, so you don't need the cushion underneath. I had somebody ask me that the other day, so why do I only use the Stampin' Pierce mat sometimes? Well, it depends on what stamp I'm using, what kind of stamp. All right, go ahead, Violet. You get in there and stamp your greeting. Remember, straight down, even pressure. Good.
Ooh, I think it might come out a little wiggly.
It's okay, lift straight up. Up. Stuck to the stamp. Let's see.
The unveiling.
Nah, very nice, not wobbly at all. All right, let's get the Stampin' Pierce mat and the ink pads out of the way so we don't put our cards in them. So what are you guys doing for Black Friday? Did anybody hit the stores? Not us. We're in, we're warm, we're cozy, we're crafting, and we're tidying up the house. That's what we're doing. All right. All right, here's our cards. Violet, come on over here and let's get our cards assembled. We've got some fast views. You're going to use fast views and put your onyx, your basic black onto your garden green card base. And I've got snail adhesive and I'm adhering my little striped paper across the bottom. And then we'll swap. Yeah, sometimes you gotta pull it to get it going.
Oh, come on.
There you go. Now just gentle and slide to the side, yep. Let's get our sample back in here so you guys can see what we're doing. All right, go ahead and adhere that to your card base. I embossed yours upside down. I don't know how I did that exactly.
It's okay, it's a little different.
It's a little different. It's a creative
mistake.
Then
Not really mistake. Something just
variation.
different.
A creative variation. Okay, so Fast Fuse is a little bit stronger adhesive than the snail, but it applies in a similar way. You roll it down. If you have trouble getting it started, just pull it with your fingertip, roll down, and then slide to the side to stop and cut the adhesive. And that'll give you a stronger adhesion to the textured paper. All right. While Violet's putting her designer series paper on, we're going to take these little bells and we're going to glue them together. And I'm just going to use the littlest bit of multi-purpose liquid glue on the edge of my bell and glue them one on top of the other. No shopping for you either, Linda. See? I don't know. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. This year I'm just not into it. All right, Violet, go ahead and put your bells together. And then we'll embellish them with the holly that we cut.
Did a little bit of glue. A little bit too much glue.
That's okay. You can just scrape it off with a piece of scratch paper. All right. Let's get the little hollies in here. So we did 3 holly leaves, 2 bigger and 1 smaller. The bigger ones from Trim Your Stocking and the smaller ones from Quilted Christmas, or what is it called? Quilt Builder, I think. Yeah, Quilt Builder framelits. And I just rolled the smaller one to give it some dimension. And we're going to put a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue on the bells and adhere the holly. Your holly's over there, see it? Okay. So once we got the holly on, then the multi-purpose liquid glue again. And we're gonna make 3 little dots for our holly berries. Touch the little dot with your paper piercer. You don't want too much glue on the end of there, but a little bit so that these berries will just pick right up and drop into the glue. See that? Makes that little fiddly bit easier. Here you go, Violet.
Thank you.
I'm just kind of burnishing them down into the glue, hoping that they don't stick to my finger. Get sticky fingers sometimes. All right, there's our. Now the last step is that little holly leaf that you kind of rolled up. Put some multi-purpose liquid glue on, and then tuck it right in with the berries. So see, it's got a little dimension. It's just a little touch. Good, you feeling good, Violet? Let's get you back in here.
Mine's just a little far apart.
That's all right. I was just kind of dabbing up some of the glue you had around there. You could put your leaf on this side, and then it would look like they were far apart to make room for the leaf. See? No mistakes in crafting, just opportunities to embellish. Your card's looking pretty good. All right, let's get these back in here. Now, we've got our little bells, and they're all put together. Let's grab our sentiments and some fast fuse again. And we've got the fast fuse because, again, we're going over onto this embossed paper. So we're just going to give it good adhesion with some fast fuse straight across, edge to edge. We're going to cover it with that strong adhesive. Hey, Robin, it's good to see you. Violet and I are making this Merry with Christmas cheer card. I'm glad you could join us. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours, too. I know it's Black Friday. People are working and out shopping. I didn't know how many people I'd see on Facebook Live today. All right, so we're adhering our Merry with Christmas cheer sentiments. And while Violet does that, I will catch you up if you're just joining us now. All right, so this is the card that we're making. And if you remember one of my very first Facebook Lives, we made these little treats. So if you go back down the Facebook and scroll, or if you go on YouTube, you'll find these little treats that coordinate with the card. And this is from my paper and ink card class, which is geared to all levels of crafters. We did this last Thursday in class. I thought this was a perfect one to craft with my little helper here. Violet is my 13-year-old daughter, and she's here helping today on Facebook Live because they're off of school. All right, so we've got our little card base all set up. The bells are done. Let's get some dimensionals on the back of these, Violet. Here you go.
Thank you.
Probably need about 3 of them. You can do 2 big ones and a little one if you want. See, I love these little minis. I'm gonna put a mini right there.
Here you go.
Trade. It's fun crafting with you, Violet. Thanks for joining me.
Fun crafting with you too, Mom.
All right, so we've got our bells and get them sticky. Peel off this liner. And then for the fun part, we're gonna give them a little bling. We're gonna put some Wink of Stella on our bells. I just saw a heart float across. Violet, there's a heart for us.
Yay!
All right, so clear Wink of Stella, and we're just going to run it across the stripes on the bell here. Oh, my Wink of Stella's a little dry. Gotta give it a squeeze. All right, there we go. It's a really little detail, but it's a lot of fun. I don't know if the camera picks it up, especially on Facebook Live. I've noticed that my Facebook Live video quality isn't as good as my regular videos. I've got Max kind of looking into that. Oh! Wink of Stella explosion. Did you guys see that? Will you grab a piece of paper towel or something so we can get that? Thank you. Good thing I got Violet crafting with me today. Did you guys see the mess I just made? Live crafting, warts and all. All right. So,
We'll just add a little bit of glitter to your background.
yeah, right? Okay. I was going to ask Desi if she'd make me a new background. This one's getting a little fancy. All right, here's the Wink of Stella. You probably don't need to squeeze it. I think I did it. There you go. Embellish your card. And while Violet finishes that up, for anybody who's joining us later, I am unfortunately going to cancel December 2nd, wrap it up for the holidays. But the good news is we're doing a Stampin' Up! Bingo instead. So what we'll do is on the 14th of December, it's a Thursday night, come on out if you live in the Chicago area. we're going to make 3 projects, and we're going to play 4 rounds of bingo, 4 Stampin' Up! Prizes, and these are our projects for holiday bingo. We're going to make this fun gift card holder with a 4-ounce espresso cup and the coffee candy. Good way for your last minute holiday gift giving. And this fun little stocking stuffer. It's a peppermint scented ink pen. And we're going to make this snowman soup. We're going to play 4 rounds of bingo for prizes, and that is December 14th. Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com to sign up for that. And it's $25 and you win real Stampin' Up! Prizes. All right, there's our cards again. Hope everybody had a very happy Thanksgiving. All right, does anybody have any questions about my Black Friday deal? You can get all the Kitchen Table Stamper online classroom classes today only for $29.99. It's a $120 value. Any questions about Stampin' Bingo, or about the project, or about paper and ink classes, or card classes? Did everybody have a very happy Thanksgiving? I hope so. I didn't host this year. It was really nice. Went to Mom's house. All right. If you've got no questions, I'm going to go get on with Friday off with the kids. We're tidy in the house today. Doesn't that sound like fun? All right, guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you Cyber Monday with a blog post. Linda, is your family all well? I hope so. I saw some pictures on Facebook. You guys look good. All right. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you Monday on the blog. Bye-bye.